Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Angel PT, and for today what we have in here, it is a new game series that have been released now on PC. It is Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. So Ace Combat have been the type, or I mean the series of games that have never reached the PC before. It have been pretty much a PlayStation game until Ace Combat 6. Ace Combat 6, then it was also released for Xbox, and now on Ace Combat 7 we finally have the game available for PS4, Xbox One, and also finally the PC. So if you are kind of in love with aircraft games, I mean air combat, this game it is pretty good for you. So the minimum requirements for the game, it is a GTX 750 Ti, and for recommended we have a GTX 1060. I believe that the GTX 1060 might deliver 60 frames per second with no issues, because I decided to try out the game on the second mission, and with maximum settings I got pretty neat results. And to be honest, yeah, despite I did use the maximum settings on this game, the performance sometimes can really drop from 30 frames per second, so I believe that most of the people will be fine with medium. But anyway, maximum settings, I got an average of 38 frames per second with a minimum of 28. Medium settings provided an average of 47 with a minimum of 37 frames per second. And if you play with the low settings with 70% of resolution scaling, you will have an experience above 60 frames per second with ease. Although, yeah, there are some big drawbacks if you decide to play with low settings. Textures look dull, shadows looks like big squares, and there are some loss in fidelity with the textures. Of course, you can personalize everything, but playing with low settings, even with 70% of resolution scaling, the scaling on this game seems to work really bad. Everything looks kind of, I don't know, it looks very squares, very pixelated. So yeah, the low settings doesn't look really good, despite, yeah, 60 frames per second feels good in a game like this. But anyway, I decided again to go with the maximum settings. But again, if I decide to play this game, probably I will be playing using medium, because it provides better frame rate, and the difference between medium and high, it is pretty much non-existent in this game. Yes, there is differences in lighting models and the bit occlusion, but overall, if you don't compare images from side to side, probably you won't be noticed too much of a difference, and you can probably enjoy a much better frame rate if you decide to go with medium settings. So this game, if you kind of never played this type of games, I decided to go with expert gameplay on this video. But if you decide to go with casual, or I mean arcade, it feels much more easier to play. Anyway, this is the third mission of the game. I benchmarked the second one because it is more demanding. I felt that this third mission, it was more interesting to show to you, and graphically more beautiful despite less demanding. So I hope you keep enjoying the rest of it. So anyway, if you want to get this game on Steam, it is pretty expensive. I think this is really the downside of this game, because there is not too much people that like this type of games, and yet this game costs around $59.99. I think it's really expensive. And anyway, you can still buy the game a little bit cheaper through Kinguin. It is, by the time of this video, it is costing around 40 bucks. It is a $20 discount comparing to Steam. So yeah, if you want to save that money, just follow the link on the description of the video and enjoy the game with a bigger discount than the price available on Steam. I'm not sure if I really mentioned it, but this game uses Unreal Engine 4, so if you have an NVIDIA graphic card comparable to this HD 7850, probably you will be enjoying better performance, since Unreal Engine 4 have historically performed in all games better on NVIDIA than on AMD. If you are concerned about your Phenom II X4, keep in mind that this Phenom II X4 can deliver this game at 60 frames per second, whatever the settings that you will be using. So yeah, I don't really understand why they do recommend an i5 CPU, a recent one, for this game, because the Phenom II can handle 60 frames per second in this game with no issues whatsoever. So without too much more to talk, I will leave you with this gameplay. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of it, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
They got me! 2, move in. The enemy coming. Flag will pull it out.
Nice kill. One remaining.
Bandit sighted. Missile closing, evading.
Looks like they weren't ready for a fight. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear. I haven't even broken a sweat.
They have to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile.
Missile incoming! Invade! Break! Break!
Missile.
What the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Missile.
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Missile.
UAV's closing.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
Skykeeper, this is Delta 1. What's about that
Jonesing
monster?
everything I've
We're just
told.
waiting for mission command.
Break! Now!
Missile.
live through this, Trigger.
Missile.
Watch out, we're surrounded!
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
Missile.
will go down easy.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, no change in game plan.
Missile.
Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Missile.
We're up against that thing? God help us. We're talking about just keeping up with the drones.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Split up. Find your own target. Look at that light from the Arsenal bird. What's going on here?
Golem 3, Fox 2, pick up.
Missile. Ammunition.
Heifer friendly.
Missile.
Can't get a lock.
Missile.
Delta 1, check it. Commander.
Missile.
Tagami!
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help.
Stall
What the hell are
warning.
we supposed to do?
Stall warning.
Verifying the
Stall
situation.
warning.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
Just don't let up.
Missile.
Just trying to dodge him.
Missile.
This is Golem 3, Golem 2's hit. Status report.
Missile. Missile.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break! Missile! We lost another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
They just keep coming. What's the plan?
Missile.
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
Missile.
HQ, what's happening? Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution, all aircraft stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Control throw! I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Shit, we got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. If they'd noticed earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape. We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies. Golem 2, head back to